excited to be here. I know all you guys are too. Today's a great day, and I know every college coach in the country is going to say that today, but it really was a great day. And I want to start out with, the most important thing to us is the straight line recruiting that goes on in the state of Texas. It's something that the Texas High School Coaches Association is very proud of, and they take a lot of great pride in helping their kids get out. And we're going to go through the high school coach before we sign a kid. And in the month of January, our coaches that are all in attendance today, they saw over 305 Texas high schools. And of our 17 kids we signed, 16 of them played in the state of Texas. We had one from Los Angeles. So that's where I want to start out with today, and we'll take questions from there.
JJ Perez, Inside Runner Sports. Coach, just an overall view of the full class now. You're first as a head coach, your first year at UTSA. How do you feel the whole class came together?
I don't know somebody could fact check me here, but we signed 5 kids that were in the Dave Campbell Texas Top 300. That's a pretty amazing stat right off the bat. I mean, in the state of Texas, Dave Campbell's magazines kind of knows the football Bible, and to take 5 kids out of the top 300 is exciting. When I saw y'all in December, when we had this press conference, y'all asked me what was our concern for the last 11 initials, and I said we need to get O-line depth, we need to get linebackers, and we need to get DBs, and we addressed that in this class as well. So we're thrilled about all that.
Greg Lucas, San Antonio Express News. Alan Horace is one of the highest rated recruits you guys have ever brought in here. Or obviously it's your first year, but for the program in general. What led to him coming here, and what was the process like with him individually?
I don't know this. Y'all can fact check again. I've been told he's the highest rated recruit in the history of our school. So I don't personally know that, and honestly, I don't look at that stuff. And I know that's going to probably hurt a few people's feelings in here. We evaluate, trust our own eyes, do our own research, and go with it. But to answer your question, I was at a camp in Nacogdoches 2 summers ago, and his high school coach had told me about Alan, and I saw him running routes, big old 6'4". Back then he weighed about 200 pounds, but he was rangy and could catch, and Coach Lonnie was coaching the tight ends at the time, so I FaceTimed Coach Lonnie, and we offered him on the spot, and we developed a relationship with him for his family, his coaches, counselors, teachers, elementary teachers, principals, you name it, almost everybody in Crockett. And also Will Bryant has done a great job in helping that recruiting as well. So that's where that came from. He was also the first one turning his NLI at 7 o'clock. So not only was he the highest rated recruit, he was the most prompt recruit we had as well. I wish they all would have been that prompt.
Go back to JJ.
Coach, can you talk about the 2 junior college offensive linemen? Obviously, they figured to play a big role in the upcoming season.
Yeah, Ernesto was the qualifier coming out. So he's got 4 to play 3. We're excited about that. He's already on campus. He's the one that's from East LA. And great mom, father, family, just fell in love with him. And he fell in love with us, obviously. We're excited about Ernesto. And Mackay was an All-American football player at Trinity Valley. And he was a huge gift for us. We think he could come in and play quick. And fell in love with his daughter. Kai's awesome. They fell in love with us. So we were excited. We were really thrilled to get Kai and Ernesto. And obviously, you didn't ask, but the 3rd one in that class is Monte Mesquite Horn. And we had to get depth on the O-line quick. And we're not done. We still think we can get a couple more in here this summer and get that addressed. It's hard to coach hard, love hard, play fast if you don't have depth, because the human body can only do so much. And so we got to have depth so we can rest those kids. And we're going to love them hard, we're going to work them hard, but you got to be smart with your people.
David Flores with Kansas 5. Coach, what do you like about Xavier Spencer, the DB from Judson area school?
I think you just said it. He's from Judson. I mean, it's a great program. I guess I can't say the high school coach's name up here, but The high school coach does a great job, and that staff. I've worked with some of those guys before, coached against them. I trust them. You know, Rashad's a great player for us. Sincere's a great player for us. Jarvion's a great player for us. To me, it ought to be a pipeline that we trust. And when he's long, he's intelligent. He's only played corner for a little while. He's been moved around. He's such a good athlete. He's got IQ. He's got character. And in my career, you get length, speed, physicality, IQ, character, great program. I'll hedge my bet.
You're gonna play. I know he's moved around a little bit, but you're gonna leave him at corner. Is that where you're gonna start him, and then we're maybe kind of play around in the spring or something?
To me, you always start with them as corners, and you can always move.
You can always
It's
move.
harder to move safeties. Safeties usually come down. Corners go sideways and play corner. So that's why we recruit corners so much. And obviously, we're going to put the best 22 on the field, and whatever combination that is of getting them out there, that's how we're going to get them out there.
When did you guys first reach out to Xavier? It seemed like that came together pretty late in the process.
Yeah, we had known about Xavier for a while because of our relationship with those guys at Commerce Judson. And to be very truthful, I kind of got tired of dealing with some other guys that didn't know how much they wanted to play for us. And I didn't want to just, we thought Xavier was just as good as they were. So we cut bait, called Xavier. He was about to take a trip somewhere else. I said, if you'll cancel your trip and come here, we'll take you right now. And Xavier was all in, as his coaches were, and as his family was. And that's how that all went down. And those other guys ended up going to schools not near as good as our school, I can promise you that.
Coach, you're running back from Denton Geyer Cobbs. He kind of flew under the radar. Is that a fair assessment of his recruitment? And could you just talk about, you know, him coming to UTSA and what he brings to the table?
Yeah, he's another member of the Dave Campbell Top 300. He's one of those kind of guys that when you watch him, you're going to say, oh, he's not a 500 meter guy. Oh, he's not very shifty. And even when you look at his highlight video he made, you could tell him referencing a lot of people said this and people said that. But what he is, he's carried the ball for 4 years and been very productive. He takes care of the football and he gains yards. He's the valedictorian of his class. He's a really good kid, comes from a great program in the state of Texas. We had other backs that we were told were rated higher, but we just kept coming back to the kid, and he kept gaining yards against really good teams. So I called a bunch. I called a few of my Texas high school defensive coordinator friends, and I just said, who's the toughest back you got to tackle this year? Every one of them said Cater Cobb. So that's a pretty good indication to kick and run. Sometimes we overthink as coaches, and I wasn't going to overthink that one. I trusted my eyes. We went with our intel. That's a decision we made, and we're really excited about it. And in the end, it came down to, you know, us and Stanford. He went out to Stanford because, like I said, he's the valedictorian of his class. So his school, he has ways to get his school paid for other than athletics. So President Amy, Dr. Compost, our academic staff did a fantastic job that weekend of getting everybody up here, and we guaranteed this kid we're going to get him an education as good as he can get anywhere, and he can make his name in the state of Texas instead of having to go all the way out to Cali to get a great education. And I know Stanford has a great education. I'm not minimizing theirs, but we're pretty proud of ours too.
Evan Klosky, Ken's 5. I know that coming into this job, things are moving very fast for you on the recruiting trail. Just after the main portion of this is over, just how do you feel like you guys handled the short amount of time that you were able to bring in people to the program?
Well, I think it's just been an unbelievable team effort from so many people. You know, I know you've heard the story, but I mean, I was hired on Sunday, vetted on Monday, flew in Monday night. I believe press conference was Tuesday, I think. And then we had Jamal Liggins in here on either Wednesday or Thursday. Then we brought in 8 more, I believe, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you can imagine the effort of everybody pulling that off. From the Lock and Terra, I mean, everybody. That Brazilian steakhouse, what's the name of that thing so good? Whatever you say that word. Everybody's been great. Top Golf, you name it. The whole city. Riverwalk's been great. We've eaten at Rio, you name it. Anywhere we've gone, people have just been hospitable and great to us. And so that first group, we got signed, and then we had some real needs in this next group. We wanted to leave 3 to 4 initials for grad transfer, so we hit right on where we wanted to hit. And because I haven't coached these kids yet, I haven't seen the team. And all you educated football geniuses in the room, you know, have informed me what I need to get, but I'd like to see it with my own eyes before I tell a kid he's not what somebody else might think he's not. So we're going to save room for 3 to 4 initials. We kept those in our pocket on purpose, which I know in the ranking war and all that stuff, you know, we only had 21 initials to begin with. So we're already down 4. And then when the head coach chooses to save 3 or 4, you're down 8 when you're in a recruiting race of winning some mysterious recruiting trophy we're trying to win, I guess.
Coach, you've been around the college ranks for a while. Can you talk a little bit about the early signing period and now the traditional quote-unquote signing period? And do you like that? And, you know, research shows that the large majority of kids across the country sign early. But, of course, I know you still have a few scholarships left and stuff. Can you talk about the dynamics of that and how you think it's a good thing or
I'm going to like it a lot better next year than I did this year. Because
you'll be ready for the early, right?
well, we're already kicking around what our, you know, what are we going to call our 2021 class?
Yeah.
And we're already getting so we're already way ahead. This is, what is today? February 5th? So by February the 6th, we hope Charles has got a graphic made, and we've got who's going to be the first kid in 2021 class to commit. We've got a brand new facility going to be here, and they're going to be the first class to get to sign here and move in that thing. And so it's going to have something to do with the word race in it. I don't know how it's all going to go down just yet. There's some great minds in here thinking about it as we speak, and we'll have a graphic done, and we'll be hashtagging, trying to get some kids committed. We got offers out there. What I'm most excited about, honestly, though, this city, the coaches in our city, in 6 weeks, really believe us, and they know we mean business. We're going to evaluate their kids, give them honest feedback, and we can't take all their kids, but in this class alone, we've got 3 San Antonio kids just in this class. We have 2 more San Antonio kids we think we'll pick up this summer. So we have to capture this city. We can't miss a player here. And now that we have some time to evaluate with all of our connections, every coach on my staff is in the city of San Antonio, every one of them. Their recruiting areas are outside of San Antonio, but all 10 of ours will be in our city. So we should not miss a kid. It'll break my heart if one of our kids leaves our city, goes somewhere else, and we don't get him. That's gonna pain me.
Say Shannon Fox, San Antonio. You guys completed your staff this week. Just what does Coach Nix bring to the table as the defensive coordinator for you guys?
Where is it? Look at him over there. I'm being serious and I'm joking at the same time, but mainly, you go, at one time, he was the youngest defensive coordinator in the country. Now, obviously, he's not anymore, but he still looks young over there. You know, he's been in D.C. at multiple SEC schools, and I wanted 3 veteran coordinators. I didn't want anybody learning on the job. And I know all the young guys in the room are wanting to throw things at me right now, but I wanted a veteran special teams coordinator. I've got that in Tommy Perry. He's done it for over 15 years. I wanted a veteran defensive coordinator. Coach Nix has done that for 17 years or around that number in multiple places. At one time, Barry Lunny Jr. was the youngest offensive coordinator in the country. He's called plays multiple years. So I did not want to train anybody up in my first head coaching job. I wanted guys that had done it, have confidence in it, because guess what? There's something that comes with experience. We've all got it. We've all made mistakes. I can't have any mistakes in my very first job. This is too great of an opportunity, too much of a potential for just nothing but explosion of positivity, and I wasn't going to do that with inexperience. So he checked off all my boxes. He's a tough guy. He's an honest guy. He sounds more country than I do, and that's refreshing to me.
Coach, along the lines of the defensive coordinator hire, I think it came a little bit later than we were expecting. I'm wondering what kind of led into the timetable and how did that impact the recruiting process, if at all?
We didn't lose anybody because of it. God's got a plan, and this plan took a little bit longer than I anticipated, but he delivered me the right guy. So it might have took me a little time to get to it, but it worked out just the way we wanted it to. And we got a really good linebacker, Avery. He came down at the very end of a Power 5 school, top 15 Power 5 school. And one of the reasons he picked us is because of his reputation of coordinating in the SEC. And those kids know about him, and they want to be coached by him. Our linebackers on our team right now are already stepping it up. And I was already dealing with them on my own. Now that he's here, it's already easier on me right now.
Jeff, I know obviously we're here because of the recruiting, and you've been on a recruiting trail and this and that, but what have you heard from your strength and conditioning coach as far as the off-season, how the guys are working? I'm sure obviously you meet them, and I know you meet with him or whatever, but I know obviously in the summertime, in the off-season, the strength and conditioning guy is the guy, right, and stuff, so.
Ryan Follow is the guy, and you could ask our players, he's the guy. My first day on the road, I was supposed to be out, I didn't go out. I stayed back. I was with the team from 7 to 8:30, next week we went 8:30 to 10, next week we went 10 to 11:30. Me and my man Hunter, the legend San Antonio, got me in a Suburban, and we hit all the San Antonio schools we could, and I appreciate Hunter, he's turning red over there. Rhythm and his dad coaches in the area, and that's how important those kids are to me. Every morning Ryan Follow FaceTimes me at 7, 8:30, and 10. I've been almost on off planes because I'm taking that FaceTime from those kids, and they are
They're working hard?
incredibly hard. I mean, you need to be there. I mean, I don't know if that's against the rules or not, but 7 o'clock, we're rolling, and they're exciting to watch. They're balled in, and we're rolling. We're trying to win the day. We're trying to go 1-0 every day. There's no magic pill to this business. You got to get up early, go to bed late. You got to work. And you got to be tough. You got to recruit great players, have great coaches, have people that take care of you. I've got a great athletic director. We've got facilities coming. That's how you win ball games. And we're going to win ball games. It's just, I don't know when, but it's coming.
You touched on this a little bit, but the linebacker group overall, how do you feel about what you have and how you were able to address that in this recruiting class?
Do you mean on our current team, or do you mean in the recruiting?
Both, really, what you have coming back and what you have coming in.
Like I said, I haven't got to see our kids on the field yet, but I'm working hand in hand with our academics. I mean, Colin and Jess and Lydia are fantastic. So it's not just the strength. I mean, I'm with academics, I'm with strength. So I'm trying to do the best I can to form an opinion on some players, but I hadn't really seen them play the game with my own eyes. I can go watch video, but you don't know exactly what they're being coached and what was going on at the time. And you just don't know what was going on. So of the guys on our roster, I know Coach Nix is excited about the guys we have on our roster. We tell these guys, our job is to out-recruit them. Immediately, this staff's command is to go out-recruit this class. And any kid that shies away from that competition is probably not a guy that wants to be around Jeff Traylor. That's what this business is. It's competition. If you don't want to compete, then you're on the wrong squad. We're going to compete every day. We're really going to try to go 1-0 every day. That's not just some coach talk. That's not some something I read in a book, not some culture book by John Gordon. It's really something we're going to try to do every day. And if you don't embrace that culture, you won't last here. Now, I'm telling you right now, from what I'm seeing, I would say 95% of our kids are 100% bought in. They're thrilled. They're in there believing in Ryan Follow, believing in these guys. Understand, well, these guys are giving up meeting time. I mean, I can promise you, Barry Leonard Jr. wants to stick a fork in my eye because he wants to be meeting on getting offense ready to go. And Ty Nix wants to be meeting on defense ready to go. Tommy Perry wants to be meeting on special teams. Jeff Traylor wants those coaches with those kids right now. The most important recruit in the entire state is on our team right now. We've got to get those guys better. That's who we have on our roster. That's who you guys expect us to win ball games with next year. So we got to get them better. So as far as the recruits we brought in, we do feel good. Avery is a teammate, of Cyrus's. So we knew about him at Atascocita, and big, rangy kid, athletic. Been on our campus before. We've got great intel on the kid. Beat a really good Power 5 school on him. He's one of the later ones to come in today. A top 15 Power 5 school. So he wanted to stay close to home, and the relationship that we had with him and Coach Wright had done a good job of recruiting that kid. So that was a good get for us. And Cyrus helped us a lot too. Cyrus is going to be a great coach and recruiter one day if he wants to be. Cyrus can sell ice to whiskey. I don't know if he can say anything anymore. so I'm not
Say it.
I'm not saying anything. Hotter than fish grease has got me in trouble in some corners, ledge in another corner, so.
We'll take that to board, David.
Jeff, I'm gonna ask you a question you're probably gonna get sick of by the time spring ball starts and even your spring. Frank Harris, you know, who's been was a dynamic quarterback here at Clemens, and he's had a star-crossed career. You know, got hurt in high school, then came out, got hurt in spring training, and made his debut last year, and he got hurt. But, you know, I know he got the shoulder fixed up. What have you heard? How's he doing? Is he participating fully in off-season activities?
Yeah, you did a great job describing Frank. I mean, you answered,
No,
really,
cover it.
you did a great job there describing him. And we feel good about our quarterback room. And obviously, we're going to have a great player come out of that room, and the best one's going to play. And that's, you know, I've seen him as much as I have the other guys. And I love Frank. I love Lowell. I love them all. I mean, that's why we recruited them. Go see who the best one is and let them go play. But he is participating, and he's doing everything we're asking him to do. They had a great attitude, and he's what the game's all about. I mean, Frank's a winner and a good quarterback. We're excited to have him on our team.
Any more questions? All right, thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
So
Jeff.
we're
Thank you,
fired
Jeff.
about JoJo too.